All right, next up, we've got the AAC championship game. This is pretty much a play into the playoff. You win this game, you're probably in the college football playoff. North Texas and Tulane. We've got North Texas 2.5-point favorites, 66.5 the total. By the way, Troy James Madison is at James Madison's home field in Harrisonburg, Virginia, and there are no weather issues. This game is at Yulman Stadium, of course. Tulane getting to play this game at home. New Orleans, and this game has a chance for some rain. 70% chance of rain here in New Orleans, down in the Bayou on Friday night. Of course, John Summerall, we talked about it. Florida Gators, the new head coach, he will be there, but he is sticking around to coach at least this AAC championship game here against North Texas. So that's good news, obviously, for the Green Wave. You look at this matchup. North Texas is obviously one hell of an offense. We know that. They're scoring 50s for the most part in every game other than the game they played against Navy, and that's probably because it was a low-possession game. Navy plays so bloody slow, you don't often have enough possessions to be able to score 50 points. But really outside of that, this North Texas offense, especially through the air, has been absolutely lethal. What would concern me here for Tulane's defense is there is a noticeable gap between how good their run defense is and how suspect their pass defense is. And I don't know if that plays very well against North Texas with Mestamaker, who's obviously done a great job throwing the ball. A North Texas offense that is averaging 325.7 passing yards per game. Now, they are balanced. They do run it a little bit, but they do throw it, a little bit more than run it. But there is a big-time difference. Tulane's good against the run, but they're giving up, 250 per game through the air. Opposing quarterbacks have, completions of 22.9 against them. That's 132 in the country. They're giving up 67.1% completion rate to opposing quarterbacks on average this year. That's ranked 125 in the country for Tulane's defense. So right away, the matchup screams this is not a great matchup for Tulane because the weakness is their pass defense, and that's clearly what North Texas does very well is just throw the football all over the field. On the flip side here, you've got the Tulane Green Wave offense, which is definitely a lot more balanced. They have, 66 pass attempts, 64th rush attempts. They want to be balanced. They've got a run game that's pretty capable. They've got a quarterback in Jake Retzloff, the BCU transfer, or the BYU, I should say, transfer that, he can throw it. He's got mobility. He can run with the football as well. They've got McClure and Gordon, the two running backs as well that can carry the rock for this team. When you look at the North Texas defense early in the year, I thought, wow, the North Texas defense, they're really playing some good football, playing well. But, later on in the season, we saw their numbers get worse. And just in the last 3 games alone, North Texas is allowing 219 rushing yards per game at 5.3 yards per carry. We've seen their pass defense numbers get a little bit worse, not better. Even though their pass defense has been very good for the season, the pass defense numbers did slide a little bit. So this is another one where it's very hard when you look at the stats, when you look at the way these two teams are trending as far as offense is concerned and the matchup head-to-head. It's hard to bet over, or under, I should say here. But it is a high total. We'll see if it's too high. It wasn't too high in the first meeting. These teams played way back in October at North Texas. Tulane was victorious, 45-37, 82 points in that game. And both teams had their share of offensive success. So, again, this is another game where I want to bet over, but there is some rain in the forecast. I'm going to wait later in the week, see if the forecast clears up. From a side perspective, it's tough because, Tulane beat them in the first meeting, but the way North Texas is rolling, and I find with Tulane.
They played this year?
They did at North Texas.
Really?
Well, that was last year. I'm getting the date wrong.
Okay.
Last year. And
I missed that.
Points.
Okay.
You're right. They did not play this year. That's last year's game where they had 82 points. But, yeah, I'm interested in the over. I think North Texas just has a better matchup here. But Tulane at home, Tulane is an underdog. I'm not sure I'm going to fully get there with North Texas. This could be another deal where if I bet North Texas, I'd prefer the team total. Don't have to sweat the spread. Just get the points that I think they should get. So I'd probably prefer the team total route if I end up on the mean green. C-Mac, what do you think here in the AAC championship?
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Appreciate you guys. FB, my man. Appreciate the love. Andrew, as always. Woo, woo, woo. Kenny, woo. Great to see you, my dude. Ross Pitts, Chosen. What up, what up? Kong's Clips. What up, my dude? I agree with both those. Even though they play again, I don't know if BYU's going to score much on this Texas Tech defense. That's looked really good.
We'll get to
that. We're going to get to that. Yeah, there's a little bit of rain. I don't know if this stops these offenses. To me, maybe that's keeping this total where it's at. Like this, to me, should be 3 points higher, I think. But it's a championship game. I think you got to look at it like that. North Texas just been covering machine. It's kind of like, why is this 2.5? Like, I think it's making, if you like North Texas, just jump on it. I think you're right. If you really like to take the team total in this game. And Tulane's defense has looked pretty good. I mean, when these teams play such kind of, Charlotte, Temple the last few weeks kind of changed the numbers. That's why you got to go week by week, and the whole year is a little bit tough. Nestamaker is really, really good. That bad game he had in the second half at South Florida, how many picks did he have in that game? Right? That was earlier in the year?
That's the game I'm thinking of. Yeah, South Florida, that big Friday night game. That was the South Florida game. Yeah, that was the game where North Texas lost 63-36. Nestamaker had 3 interceptions to go with his 2 touchdowns. Yeah.
Yeah, if he's clean, though, I think it's good. But that was kind of like the only, that second half of that game was a little bit shocking. So, and what's been the difference with North Texas is the defense. Is a lot better, I think. And that's why these teams, if even people have been on them, even cashing with them, as good as the offense is, at least this defense is improved. It's going to be tough to get spots. Like, I don't know how North Texas still will stop the run. Like, I think Tulane still will be able to move the ball plenty. This game's a good one. And then some are all going to Florida. How do you take that in? We just talked about with Chesney at James Madison. So should be fun. Lots of fireworks in this game, I think.